By the end of this video, you are going to understand how to run the Redbrand Ruffians and their hideout from the Lost Mines of Phandelver. This is the Blue Collar DM presents the Redbrands. After conversing with a number of NPCs in Phandalin, our players will want to take care of those ruffians that have been running amok in town. If you missed our last video, we actually covered where many of those leads would come from in that video that we did last time, and I'll leave a link down in the description below for you all to check that out. And go ahead, don't worry, I'll wait. All right, now that you're back, let's talk about those Redbrands. After learning that they frequent the Sleeping Giant Tap House, our players might opt to go ahead and confront these Redbrand Ruffians on their own turf. If the players choose not to confront the Redbrand Ruffians at all, the adventure does suggest that you confront the players with these Redbrands somewhere in the streets of Phandalin at some point in their journey. Regardless of how the players encounter the Redbrands, the adventure suggests confronting the party members with 4 ruffians that will bait and insult the party into attacking them. Now, if the players choose not to do that, the Redbrands will just get impatient and attack the party anyway, but this is really your time to shine as a dungeon master if you're someone who loves to do voices and really loves to create that immersive experience.
Well, what do we have here, boys? A bunch of heroes trying to take a name for themselves. Trying to drive us out of town, are you?
I hope you all enjoyed that interpretation. I don't know. After 3 of these Redbrands are defeated, one of them tries to flee to the Tresender Manor and, the not-so-hidden hideout of the Redbrand Ruffians. Depending on the players choose to proceed, the captured members of the Redbrand Ruffians could impart some very useful information, and in general, the townspeople are very thankful for the service that the players gave to the town. With the exception of the town master, he's actually very concerned about retaliation from the Redbrand Ruffians, and it won't take too much convincing, depending on how you want to play it, for the players to convince this town master to lock up any captured members, while the players go out and investigate and hopefully take care of the rest of the Redbrand Ruffians. Moving on, the players will likely want to next take care of the rest of these Redbrand Ruffians, and their hideout is located in the cellars of a ruined castle known as Tresender Manor. Depending on how the players choose to enter the hideout, they will likely start at the entrance of the hideout known as the cellars. Now, rather than going in depth on every single room and nook and cranny of this dungeon, let's actually talk about some of the major enemies and landmarks of this hideout. Our first major obstacle the players are likely to run into is actually, besides more goons, is actually going to be a trapped hallway in location number 3, where there's going to be a pit trap that can be discovered with a successful DC 15 perception check. In room number 5, we actually find the slave pens, and upon defeating the Redbrands in this room, the party will be able to free some travelers that had been captured here and being held here by the Redbrands before being sold into slavery. One of them, Myrna Dendrar, having nothing to offer as a reward right now, given that she was just captured, does tell the players of a valuable family heirloom that is in the town of Thundertree, one of the locations that we actually mentioned that was a side quest that we mentioned in another video, so if that's something you want to see later on the channel, make sure you let me know. There is an emerald necklace that's actually hidden here underneath some storage shelves of the family's old alchemy shop, which is a nice little piece of continuity should the players decide to travel to Thundertree later on in their game. In area number 8, we actually find a crevasse with a nothic in it, an insane creature that hungers for human flesh. Now, that seems really scary, but this nothic, in addition to that, also communicates telepathically, which isn't, the thing of nightmares. And it isn't above betraying the Redbrands, because the Redbrands basically just moved into their lair. The nothic also knows the identity of the leader of these ruffians, and we'll cover that in a little bit, but this is a really great opportunity as a dungeon master to really kind of play up the insane personality of this nothic.
Yes, what are you doing down here, man flesh? A tasty little morsel you are. Me no like that bandit. He don't feed me enough.
In Area 9, we find 3 bugbears and a goblin, all minions of Nezzer the Black Spider. The goblin, named Droop, is not a threat to the party and actually may be able to relay some valuable information to the players, such as the layout of the rest of the cellars, and can vaguely remember the general direction, but not the route to Cragmaw Castle. However, the bugbears do know the location of Cragmaw Castle, the actual hideout of the Cragmaw goblins, as well as the main entrance to Wave Echo Cave. Finally, in Area 12, we find the surprise leader of the Redbrands, Iarno Glasstaff Albrecht, the missing wizard of the Lord's Alliance that Sildar Hallwinter was actually looking for from our previous video, after it was reported that he never arrived in Phandalin. If they can surprise the wizard, they can get the drop on him. Otherwise, his rat familiar that actually is located in the next room over in room number 11 will actually warn the wizard of the incoming party, and he will attempt attempt to flee through a secret door. In his haste, he will, however, leave a letter behind from the Black Spider, warning him of incoming strangers that may be working for the dwarves, which is our party, of course. Should a battle ensue, the wizard will surrender if he is reduced to 8 HP with no way out. Should he be captured and questioned, he will actually reveal that the Black Spider is a drow elf and that he sent 3 bugbears to help him out while he kept the people of Phandalin under control. Those are those bugbears down in room number 9. He will also reveal that the Black Spider is searching for Wave Echo Cave, and specifically the Forge of Spells, a magical forge that has the ability to forge very powerful magical items. If asked, Iarno does not know the location of Wave Echo Cave. Those bugbears do, but not Iarno. And he also will reveal that he did not collaborate with anybody in the Lords of Alliance about his betrayal. Upon the capture or fleeing of Iarno Albrecht, the party will find a trunk at the end of his bed that will actually have 180 silver, 130 gold pieces, a silk pouch containing various gems that are worth in total about 180 gold pieces, a scroll of fireball, and a scroll of charm person. The wizard also wields a staff of defense should the players actually capture him or defeat him. After the capture or defeat of the wizard, the players will have many options, including traveling to Thundertree, Cragmaw Castle, and many more depending on which option they choose to pursue as they move forward in their adventure. Because there are a myriad of different ways that this particular adventure could go from here, we're actually going to stop today's video right here. I want to thank all of you that made it here to the end, and if you did make it to the end, you haven't already, please like the video, and also comment below what you want to see covered here next on the channel as far as this adventure plot thread here with Phandalin and maybe Thundertree, maybe Cragmaw Castle. What do you guys think I should cover next to really help you all out here moving forward? Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you found anything useful out of this video or if you learned something today. Also, if you wanted to support us in any other way, we actually do have a Patreon page over at patreon.com/bluecollardm. There we actually have a number of different tiers, including merch, monthly one-shots, coaching sessions, all kinds of cool stuff there. Make sure you go and check that out. Again, that's patreon.com/bluecollardm. We also do have a website, bluecollardm.com, where you can get the latest updates about the channel, summaries of our live stream game, as well as different DM tips and tricks. In addition, we also do have a live stream game that we actually stream on Thursday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch, here on YouTube, Facebook, DLive, Trovo. I'm probably forgetting something else, but they're all there, all on those awesome streaming services for whichever platform you want to watch us on if you choose to do so. I want to thank you all for making it all the way to the end once again. I hope you learned something, and as always, happy gaming.